Not even mine. Because if you believe like I believe, and it's not really what you believe, there's going to be no passion behind it. You're not going to be able to live it out. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? You have to believe it. And then last, in all things, let there be charity. You're in a safe place here. You're amongst family. And there might be somebody you don't like, but guess what? You better start liking them because you're going to be with them forever. So we go into a category that's kind of tough. But we have to understand, even though people don't want to deal with it, Revelation 1:3 says this. Blessed is the one who reads, and those who hear the words of the prophecy, and heed. See, hearing is not good enough. What's the good if you don't heed? What's the good if you understand everything about the Bible but don't try to walk it out? What's really the good? Satan knows everything about the Bible. He's not doing too good of a job at walking it out, is he? And heeds the things which are written in it, for the time is near. For the time is near. And then that's how Revelation begins, and then this is the way it ends. Revelation 22, verse 7, it says, and behold, I am coming quickly. Blessed is he who heeds the words of the prophecy of this book. This is Yeshua speaking. He's saying that there's a blessing in it. There's some kind of transmission of peace, prosperity, and protection that he bestows on the person who understands something about prophecy. Now, nobody is an expert, and way neither am I. Before, nobody knows the day and the hour. Yes? But just because you don't know the day and the hour, clearly you should know the season. Doesn't he say? When you see the fig tree and it brings forth its leaves, you know summer is here. The sons of Issachar in the book of Chronicles were more blessed than any of the other tribesmen. Why? Because they knew the times and the seasons. Why is God wasting his time with this whole area? You should not live in it, but it's in the important column. It's in the important column, so it must be important. Basically, Matthew 24, Mark 13, and Luke 21 give an overall picture. Yeshua's words. You should really at least take some time to read those 3 chapters, if nothing else. He's letting you know, absolutely, about the end of days, his coming along with his kingdom. Yes? About 97 verses, I think, in Matthew. Just, it's good to read. Revelation gives the details. Some of it is symbolic. Some of it is metaphor. It's not always easy to understand. But use the Bible to understand the Bible. So when you see certain words, look where they are elsewhere, and that will give you a better understanding. And Daniel, of course, gives the timing. A times, and half a time. He gives the timing. He talks about how many years of this 70th week and so on and so forth. Now, there's something called pre-tribulation rapture that I just have a little concern about. It's not going to cause anybody to lose their salvation, but I think it's going to cause some problems. And the Lord wants me to talk about it, and hopefully I'm hearing from him. This topic was not spoken about for 1,850 years in the faith. Yeshua never mentioned it. Paul never mentioned it. The disciples never mentioned it. And in 1850, it became popular by a man named Charles Nelson Darby. He was an attorney. Do we need to say more? No, he was an attorney. And he was part of the Great Britain Brethren. They existed from 1825 to 1850, and you can learn about them. Some of their theologies was very essential. And then this was, I think, problematic. And they didn't buy this theory in England, so they booted him. Get lost. Well, when you want to sell something, where do you go? America. So he shows up on the shores of America, and he runs into an attorney named C.I. Scofield. Scofield wrote the first interpretive Bible, the first study Bible. Now, if you remember when you were a new believer, the first time they gave you a study Bible, what did you do? As soon as you read a verse, went down to the meaning. And what did you do? Whatever the meaning was, you took as the meaning. Because clearly, this is a brilliant person who's writing this. Don't go to too many study Bibles. You only need a couple of things, a few things, if you want to study the Word of God. You need the Bible, you need a good concordance, and you